Ubisoft.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously.
Oh look, a useless prologue that took nearly 3 minutes of my time only to make the game feel longer. Honestly, what is the point on these recaps? We're going to know the whole story by the end of the game. No need to waste time and just get on with it. So Haytham has to be quiet and must not be seen, yet he's literally climbing and jumping from balcony to balcony, and yet no one sees this. For that man on the balcony not to see Haytham climbing and jumping, getting closer to him, he's a fool. He should have ran for his life. I mean, seriously, there's no way he didn't see Haytham when he had the entire view from that balcony.
Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
As am I.
If you look at that blade, it is way too small to go through the chair and instantly killing this man. But the plot demands it, so it's going to happen. That won't stop me from calling bullshit. Good God, what is that? This crowd is looking for the murderer, you're asking around, and yet here's Haytham walking around not giving a damn while everyone is running around like a headless chicken. I mean, I would think there's something strange about that, wouldn't you?
Well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
It wouldn't be an Assassin's Creed game if there wasn't this asshole character looking for a fight. This way, the game will teach you how to fight.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
I mean, you couldn't have seen what he did because he did it swiftly and quietly and no one saw him except for that kid. But if you did see him, why did you let him escape? There were some men who were being searched, yet Haytham walked out as passively as he could.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
Well, that's a load of crap since murderers during this time would get hanged in front of so many people. If you call that honor, I'll call you a dickhead. This woman isn't wearing protection from the cold. She is taking this weather with nothing but thin clothes and fur cape, which is not enough to resist getting frozen. The fact that she doesn't get hypothermia is a sin. Excellent job, Charles. Alert that woman Haytham is trying to confront. Charles is as useless as the Santa from the Red Dead Redemption.
Why are you speaking so slow?
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well, your name, for one.
I'm Gadzit Zio.
Can you say that again?
I'm Gadzit Zio.
How do you even spell that shit?
You're hurt.
Oh, that's nothing.
Here. This should stop the bleeding.
That wasn't necessary.
Clearly, this woman has the touch of healing. You can see 2 holes on Haytham's right cheek. One swoop of that magic hand and it's completely vanished. Either that or Haytham wasn't hurt. It was just blood on his cheek. Get a load of this glitch.
There will be no truce.
That explosion sets off right on Edward on his horse, yet he eats that explosion and continues. Obviously, that horse should not be on his feet at this point.
I never took you for a coward, Edward.
Come on, then!
Instead of shooting the horse, why didn't you shoot Haytham? He is your enemy, the person you're trying to kill. Either you're incredibly moronic, or the plot demands are too strong for common sense to occur. I'd say both. Foolish enemies have the chance to take out the main character, but instead he just talks a load of shit until some bullshit happens, cliche. Saving the hero at the nick of time, cliche.
Don't.
He could have shot him and yet he ran away. Now that weapon that was just on Edward's hand is mysteriously gone. How? Well, until the devs explain this to me, it's getting this.
Although it did contain precursor images and script, which means we are close.
Not close enough, it seems.
We need to redouble our efforts and expand our order and establish a permanent base here. Although the site eludes us, I am confident we will find it.
Truth. Hear, hear.
Furthermore, I believe it is time we welcome Charles into our fold. He has proven himself a loyal disciple and served unerringly since the day he came to us. He should be able to share in our knowledge and reap all the benefits that such a gift implies. Are any opposed? Very well. Charles, come, stand. Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order and all that for which we stand?
I do.
And never to share our secrets nor divulge the true nature of our work?
I do.
And to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
Then we welcome you into our fold, brother. Together, we will usher in the dawn of a new world, one defined by purpose and order. Give me your hand. You are a Templar.
Now this is what you call a turn of events. This took me by surprise, admittedly. This was when Ubisoft actually had some actual good games with other great features, unlike the new pieces of shit that we're getting now. Nonetheless, this game definitely deserves its merits.
The key must be the amulet Hatham took from London.
We might know what it looks like, but we're no closer to finding it. Desmond, you need to keep going.
Hey, he's your ancestor too. Why don't you hop in the Animus?
This kept reverting me back to Desmond. I want to keep playing as the assassin in the Animus, not Desmond. Unfortunately, this game will have the players play through these segments instead. At least that's something the current Assassin's Creed's fixed.
Degani ensan gayeri. Oscar dewat nyawe.
The fact that these kids are counting to 100 and the rest hides in this huge open field completely slaps every hide-and-seek game I've ever played. But aside from that, Connor's story was shown from the time he was 5 years old all the way to being an adult. If that's not how you tell the legend's story, then I don't know how it's done.
We have questions for this. Only tell us where your village is, boy. You can go.
What a brave, strong man choking a child. Also, the village is close by. How can you not see the village? When he wakes up, he runs to the village and it clearly shows it's not far. It's literally 100 meters from this point.
What is your name?
Charles Lee. Why do you ask?
So I can find you.
When a 5-year-old is threatening you, you might as well kill him. At this moment, I knew Connor was going to be a badass assassin.
What the?
These people never stop singing and celebrating, apparently. It took me 20 minutes to finish this segment of the game, and not once did they stop. How is this a sin? By being exasperated.
What? I was told you could train me.
No.
Yeah, that's not awkward at all. Going up to someone that you never met before and your first words are, I was told that you can train me. Sure, you're following the right path you believe you need to follow, but try putting yourself in his shoes. Not very welcoming, is it?
These are square toes. This'll be easy.
That's what you said last time, and I wound up with a dead horse and a dark eye.
Who are you?
No one you need concern yourself with, little britches.
So in order for Achilles to train Connor, these dimwits need to try and rob the place while Connor's protecting it. What a convenient timing.
Sorry.
Not your fault. This whole place is ready to come down. Goddamn miracle it hasn't already. Anyway, who are you?
My name is Rado Hangado.
Right. Well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
This ain't a sin, but have you heard his mother's name? You will need to learn the language before even attempting to pronounce that.
I need the items on this list.
Will you be paying with coin or trade? Some of these things I have, some I don't. Lumber's hard to come by since my supplier up and vanished. I have the tools and pitch, though. Nails, too. So, where do you want this delivered?
Our wagon is near the State House.
Now you see, during this time there are multiple wagons. How would you know which wagon belongs to who?
We ain't afraid!
Is that my father?
Connor, why do you sound surprised? You knew Halem is your father. You even said it to Achilles.
I have seen what is to come if they succeed. They have to die, don't they? All of them. Even my father.
Especially your father.
Tease. Cyrus is on our side, or rather, for the right price, he will be.
Have you seen this man?
Watch and learn.
Oh yay, oh yay! Word has reached us that the man responsible for today's shooting may have been in disguise. A wig and makeup tin were found near the scene of the crime. Witnesses describe a middle-aged gentleman of pale complexion fleeing towards the wharves, rifle in arm.
And just like that, everyone believed it? I see this man is supposed to represent the media today, spewing nothing but lies and everyone will believe it. No one will question it. They'll let themselves be fooled and move on easily. This horse is testing my patience.
Here we are, then. I'll see you inside.
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected. But I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
Who are you?
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
Look. I'm not supposed to kill you. But the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter.
If you know who Desmond is, you should know what he's capable of. You mean to tell me you walked up to him with a pistol to the point he can disarm you? Why are these devs making such dumb characters? Sure, you weren't allowed to kill him, but what if you would have shot him in the leg? That way Desmond wouldn't be such an issue. It really bugs me that Ubisoft never implemented a whole world map. I had to travel from segment to segment when they could have just let us teleport from point A to B.
It's good to see the people finally taking a stand against injustice.
Says the man who owns a slave.
Ooh, sorry? I practice what I preach, my friend. She's not a slave, but a freed woman. At least on paper.
If she is a free woman, why is she doing your house chores? Why doesn't she have her own place? It doesn't matter what it says on paper. If she is doing everything you say, then she is a slave, paper or not.
I'm fine. It's not my first dance. For all their teeth and claws, these little foxes, they fight like puppies.
I don't know about you, but this man got stabbed as soon as he started fighting. These bloodstains are proof of it, at least it was. How the hell did it just disappear like that? Clearly, this man is a big fan of ShamWow.
The regulars are coming. Here, we're here. Get them!
So I see this is pretty much the Rule of 3 cliche, since this is the third house these two knocked on to warn about the troubles that's going to happen. Also, you do realize that you have a rifle that is able to kill even Connor, right? Yet you command others to kill them when you clearly had the shot to take out one of them. Man, if this isn't plot demands, then I don't know what is.
We need to lose them.
You don't say. I thought I would have to stay here until they came.
Takes a true monster to do something like this. At least they're gone.
I should have struck when I had the chance. Do you know where Pitcairn could have gone?
Back into the withered bosom of the British, no doubt. So that he may regroup and plan his next atrocity.
I need to find him. Every day I wait, more will suffer.
Chin up, friend. Many who should have died today now live because of you.
And what of them?
Connor, this is war. This is only a fraction of what is to come. You should know that since you're trained as an assassin. War will only result in many deaths.
Command I am honored with.
Truly, there is no man better suited to the task.
Leave to assure
Really?
the Congress that
I
as
can
no
think of several.
pecuniary consideration could have
Charles
tempted me to
Lee.
remain-
I love how Connor remembered Charles Lee's voice ever since he was 5 years old. Now that is what you call determination. But I have to take away that merit because didn't Connor know who was behind him? I mean, if Connor was to be sitting in front of Charles, then Connor would obviously see him. If Charles sit down behind Connor, that would mean Connor should notice him coming in one way or another.
As humble as he is brave.
So I see these devs are quite factual when it came to a historic fact, but they clearly left out one thing. George's teeth weren't white. Has anyone seen them? Those teeth are nasty.
Pitcairn's a dangerous man. The sooner we're rid of him, the better.
I would say the same of Charles Lee.
Now that's an altogether different beast. Let us leave it for another day.
Translation, you're not ready to face him yet. You'll face him later, because if you do so now, you will get your ass kicked. For some reason, Connor and this horse doesn't immediately die. Instead, they get back up.
Why did you do this?
Hold on, how you even speaking? Last time I checked, Connor decimated you with that axe.
I still do, but I can't help but feel some pride in your success.
And why should I give you any credit?
Then don't. But first, return the robe and the blade and the darts and all of the years of training and knowledge I have bestowed upon you. Return these, and then your words may have some merit.
Or you could just admit that you are wrong.
Oh, child, please, you've killed 2 men. One more salesman than soldier. You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that to impress me.
Is that so, old man? Or perhaps we should step outside. I will gladly demonstrate how easily I could...
So this is how you talk to an old man that pretty much raised you? You're a young trained assassin when he's so old he could barely jump anymore. Whatever happened to the meaning of respect? A word your people surely taught you.
Army together. You kill him, you end all hope for freedom.
Wrong, boyo. With him gone, they'll have no choice but to promote Lee, and then... You are both under arrest!
Oh, well, we were just having a scrap, officer. Ain't nothing wrong with 2 men settling their differences the old-fashioned way. Can't we come to a...
Quiet! What are the charges?
Counterfeiting!
I had nothing to do with that.
Course not!
But he's right. He had nothing to do with that. So you mean to tell me he could be framed for any crime even when there is no evidence pointing against the person being framed? Wow, it seems like the world doesn't change at all. Corruption is a very powerful thing, especially in today's world.
This man is planning to...
This little weakling was able to knock out Connor with a hit. Sure, it was to the head, but Connor ate way more hits than that to the head and continued fighting. Obviously, this is due to plot the man, so he'll get this.
What you on about? I thought I was getting out.
I'm afraid you won't be leaving for a while, thanks to Benjamin Talmadge. He's been running his mouth, saying all sorts of things. You're being investigated for plotting to assassinate George Washington.
What a bunch of bollocks. I thought you was gonna handle that.
We'll discuss this elsewhere.
Damn, Thomas, when Charles joined the Templar, he wasn't anywhere near close to you. Now he's making you look like you're just a new recruit. That must burn. Oh, they sent us in. I just wanted to bring this up.
Dude, come on, Finch. He's not so bad.
It seems the devs didn't think about this. Connor isn't facing the wall, and yet he poses as if he's placing his hands on the walls to eavesdrop.
For you? Saving herself for when you get out? Huh? No doubt she's already moved on to the next fella, and the fella after him.
Damn, Ubisoft is coming hard on women. What are you trying to say, Ubisoft? All women are traveling to their husband/boyfriend? Many are, but not all.
Mason Weems?
Could be.
I need your help.
Oh?
They say you know a way out of here.
They say a lot of things.
I do not have time for games.
That's pretty ironic since we're playing the game right now.
The others put you up to this, didn't they? Thought it might be fun to have another laugh at Mason's expense. Fools, a lot of them. To make light of something like this. George Washington is brave beyond measure, loyal like a brother, character, and unshakable in his convictions. That man is our Jupiter Conservator, destined to lead us not just to freedom, but greatness.
Oh, absolutely. A man who owned multiple slaves as a matter of fact, and a man who fell in love with his best friend's wife. Yeah, what a great man he was.
You'll find Hickey through that door. It's where they keep the important prisoners. Nicer rooms, more space, those sorts of things. It seems even in prison, who you know makes all the difference.
Thank you, Mason, for everything. I will find a way to repay the favor when my work here is finished.
The funny thing is, he will not repay the favor when his work is done. We'll never see Nathan after this again.
I thought we'd finished off your kind.
You would like that, wouldn't you? To rid the world of all who do not share your views.
Guilty as charged.
Charles Lee admits to be a liberal from his time, along with all the other liberals. I mean Templars.
It cannot continue. Our work is too important. But what would you know beyond all the lies Achilles feeds you and the tales you tell yourself?
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Please, the man is weak. He stumbles and stammers through each engagement, making it all up as he goes along. His pedigree is pathetic, his military record even more so. I could go on and on, but we'd be here for days, so manifold are his faults, so deficient are his merits. He must be dealt with. You as well. I will abide no more flies in the ointment.
Here's how it's gonna work. First we bind you and bring you to your cell. Then tomorrow, you go before the court, accused of plotting to kill good old Georgie.
These villains are corrupt, powerful, but not so smart. How many chances did they have to kill off Connor but chose to let him live? This is no exception.
Him after all. And who wouldn't take the word of Charlie over here? Once that's all squared away, well then.
All those years ago, the child in the forest was you.
I said I would find you.
And so you have. But not quite as you had expected, am I right?
Yeah, you're telling me. I expected Connor to kick your ass for what he did to his village. He should have... Yeah, you're telling me. I expected Connor to kick your ass for what he did to his village. He should have the strength to overpower someone as old as Charles, but the game says nope, not yet. For some reason, Ubisoft hasn't given us a modern-day Assassin's Creed yet. Now that they're done with Assassin in an Assassin's Creed game, Ubisoft are giving us garbage that the fans are even asking.
Father. Connor, any last words? Wait. A poor choice.
Come to check up on Church? Make sure he'd stolen enough for your British brothers?
Benjamin Church is no brother of mine. No more than the Redcoats or their idiot king. Oh, I expected naivete, but this... The Templars do not fight for the crown. We seek the same as you, boy. Freedom, justice, independence.
Even if that's true, you're still trying to seek it in a very violent way. You kill those who disagree with you. You frame those who you see as threats so they can be removed and no longer be a problem. You are what you call a modern-day liberal. Your actions are solely selfish for your future.
My look. Going to freeze to death if I don't get this fixed.
Are you Ben Church's man?
Well played.
I agree, Connor. For an assassin that doesn't only specializes in brute strength and skills, but strategies and intellectual goals, that was a dumb move.
It was not wise to run.
What do you want?
Where is Benjamin Church?
I don't know. We was riding for a camp just north of here. It's where we normally unload the cargo. Maybe you'll find him there.
Enough of that.
You did not have to kill him.
The sin here is that you thought a Grandmaster Templar will let that man live. These two men did not hear anything behind them. Yes, I know, Connor's a skilled assassin, but have any of you tried to move a stack of hay? A few are light and don't make a sound when it's moved, but a whole stack, they make noise. And Connor just dived into it.
Give me a moment.
Must be strange for you, discovering my existence as you have.
I'm actually curious to know what your mother might have said about me. Always wondered what life might have been like had she and I stayed together. How is she, by the way?
Dead. Murdered.
What? I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, you're sorry. I found my mother burning alive. I'll never forget her face as she sent me away. Charles Lee is responsible for her death by your order. And you're sorry.
It's impossible. I gave no such order. I spoke the opposite, in fact. I told them to give up the search for the precursor site. We were to focus on more practical pursuits.
It is done, and I'm all out of forgiveness.
Hatham, you are the Grand Master of the Templar. How did you not hear about this? You didn't expect one of your followers to not go behind your back? You're working with savages no matter the oath.
Benjamin Church, you stand accused of betraying the Templar Order and abandoning our principles in pursuit of personal gain. In consideration of your crime, I hereby sentence you to death.
No!
You're too late. Church and the cargo are long gone. And I'm afraid you won't be in any condition to follow.
The saying is that Benjamin thought that these jabronis are enough to take Hatham and Connor out when they're known to take out multiple people down by themselves.
He left yesterday for Martinique. Took passage on a trading sloop called the Welcome. Loaded half its hold with the supplies he stole from the Patriots. That's all I know, I swear. You promised.
And he kept his word.
Once again, Connor, you're surprised by your father's actions. You should have expected this. He's not going to leave anyone alive just because you want him to. Wow, one frame, a piece of wood is on fire. The next frame, the whole place is surrounded by fire.
I'll move our forces to Monmouth. If we can rout them, we'll have finally turned the tide.
And what's this?
Private correspondence.
Of course it is. Would you like to know what it says, Connor? It seems your good friend here has just ordered an attack on your village. Although attack might be putting it mildly. Well, tell him, Commander.
We've been receiving reports of Allied natives working with the British. I've asked my men to put a stop to it.
By burning their villages and salting the land, by calling for their extermination, according to this letter. Not the first time, either. Tell them what you did 14 years ago.
That was another time. The 7 Years' War.
And so now you see what happens to this great man when under duress. He makes excuses, displaces blame, does a great many things, in fact, except take responsibility.
Enough! Who did what and why must wait. My people come first.
Then let's be off.
No. You and I are finished.
Son.
You think me so soft that by calling me son, I might change my mind? How long did you sit on this information, or am I to believe you discovered it now? My mother's blood may stain another's hands, but Charles Lee is no less a monster, and all he does by your command. A warning to you both. Choose to follow me or oppose me, and I will kill you.
Charles Lee.
The fact that Cannon believed Charles Lee so easily without hearing Connor's side of the story is only due to plot demands. Connor never showed actions of betrayal to his people. He only helped and swore to make things better for his people. So why is Cannon being so stubborn right now?
Not so fast, Mr. Miles. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm the one calling the shots.
I disagree with that statement. The one that's holding the apple of Eden is the one who calls the shots.
Want it? Fine.
My question is, why would you all these men allow Desmond to use that weapon when you know damn well what it's capable of? Why didn't you kill Desmond as soon as he arrived? Clearly, these video game cliche villains weren't prepared for the power they have been waiting for so long.
You never should have come here. You put everything on the line. For what? So you could rescue your father?
Yeah, that's exactly why he came here. Does anyone know what Desmond is capable of once he holds that weapon? Please, someone answer me this. These security guards are literally standing still waiting for their devs. He doesn't have control of them until he gets close to them. How do I know? The scientists are literally running away. Why doesn't any of them shoot Desmond? Plot demands?
Then you have won. The land and your people are safe. Yet you seem troubled.
Washington spared Lee's life.
Really? A corrupted government sparing the life of another corrupting being? I'm shocked. A building collapsed right next to Connor and somehow he's still alive.
I am in no condition to fight. Need to stay away from the guards.
Where are you, Charles?
Gone.
Come now. You cannot hope to match me, Connor.
Are you really saying that when you're struggling just to speak? This is probably the worst final boss fight I've ever seen. Completely handicapped Connor so Haytham could be matched with his son. The blurry visual effect only removed the elation from this moment, one of the most important fight scenes in the game.
Brave words from a man about to die.
You fare no better.
Even when your kind appears to triumph, still we rise again. And do you know why? It's because the Order is born of a realization. We require no creed, no indoctrination by desperate old men. All we need is that the world be as it is. And this is why the Templars will never be destroyed.
Haytham, for a brilliant fighter, a grandmaster in the Templar, having your opponent's arms free is the dumbest move in this entire game. He's an assassin. Didn't you think he was going to have a hidden blade similar to yours?
Still, I'm proud of you in a way. You've shown great conviction, strength, courage.
All noble qualities. I should have killed you long ago.
I should have killed my biggest threat long ago when I had the chance, cliche.
The pig.
How? How did you manage to get caught by these guards when you were just walking freely? How are these men able to overpower you? You should be more than enough to release yourself from their grasp.
He sent me away. That day, at Fort George. He feared for my safety. I should have stayed. He said there was no danger.
He was wrong.
I will kill you, Connor.
You can't do that right now. You can remove your biggest threat right this second. Instead of doing that, you're going to give him the chance to free himself and kill you. You know, the ordinary villain cliche, and kill him after letting his people get slaughtered, which you won't get to do.
But we forge another.
Wonder how did Connor get stabbed? He clearly had nothing stabbed into him when he landed.
Even those men you sought to save have turned their backs on you. Yet you fight. You resist. Why?
Because no one else will.
Lee got shot with that from point blank distance, yet he's able to get up and walk away. This is the reason why I say Connor is the best assassin out of all the assassins in the whole franchise. He's the strongest and biggest assassin. He doesn't stop until the job is done. He has the best backstory and strongest motivation. I don't know about you guys, but I think this deserves a merit.
Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait!
Where the hell did you come from? Gave no warning that some other character was going to pop out of nowhere.
You mustn't!
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
No, I wanted to see how things would turn out if I chose the other option. I'm certain this game would give us the opportunity if it was made today, but since it doesn't, I'll give it this. What was it that you said? You said there was no pain?
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
Well, either my eyes deceive me or you're full of shit. That looked so painful Desmond was unable to scream for 10 seconds. Must have felt like 10 minutes. Good job, Ubisoft. Ever since Desmond died, you guys lost your touch with Assassin's Creed. How? Well, the single player isn't as good anymore. The story has only gotten worse. Yes, it's longer, but a longer story doesn't make it better. You implement these disgusting avaricious schemes to get the player to spend more money to proceed into the story. You remove the multiplayer from Assassin's Creed for what? To work on the single player? It's still a massive pile of shit. At least with Manhunt and Freefall game modes, I enjoyed myself. Modern day Ubisoft give the players what they don't ask for and charge them even more if they want to play their games. That alone deserves 10 cents. combined with the removal of multiplayer for a longer shitty story, 50 cents.
What is your name?
Charles Lee. Why do you ask?
So I can find you.
Daniel, stop it! Stop it, Daniel! No!